Good morning. I bought a new pack. This time I bought a Durston Kakwa 40. Yeah, same pack. I like this pack. I'm kind of attached to this pack, pun intended. And if you watch my videos, you'll know on the Colorado Trail I did have a problem with this hip belt side here. And so if you've watched that video, let me just correct a couple of things. Number one, I couldn't figure out, why that had ripped out there. And I've heard from two of my viewers that brought up a couple of good points. One is coming off the mountain, coming down into Copper in a hailstorm, I really had a bad fall into a bunch of rocks. And that was, a few days, several days before I even noticed this, but it could have happened then. It could have ripped it then. And again, it didn't come out at the seam where I've seen a lot of DCF packs on trails. They're partsing out on the trail and it's usually coming apart at a seam someplace, or the Dyneema is wearing near a seam and the seam's giving. But it wasn't that at all with this. It was just that I had ripped the Ultra 200 here, and it was kind of hanging by the padding. But I was able to go to Monarch Pass, and I didn't take home ec in school, but I'm no seamstress, but I was able to go to the butterfly hostel there and get some needle and thread and sew it together, and it did the next part of the trip. So this thing's got like 2,600 miles on it, and I'll still use this as a day pack. I don't know how long that will last, but it's good and solid. I just wouldn't take it on another through hike because I just don't want to have a problem with that. But the other thing, I said it was sailcloth, and maybe sailcloth is for sailboats, but another viewer pointed out that this isn't sailcloth. It was actually designed for an outdoor fabric, but the company is called Challenge Sailcloth, I think. So maybe that's why I was thinking this was just another DCF kind of sailcloth thing. But the other thing is I always wondered, in a business sense, I know Dan Durston, he'll make a batch, ship a batch, make a batch, ship a batch. And I thought maybe it's because of finances, a young company getting started. Maybe it's supply chain issues. But perhaps it's because he improves every version. And this has a lot of improvements. I went to his website and I couldn't even find these improvements on the website. But Cavaso pointed them out to me when I asked for them. And that's the other thing, customer service. I mean, I put that video out. I know Dan is interested in what's happening with his products out there so he can improve them, because I've heard from him twice myself personally. So before I bought a new Kakwa 40, I did contact Cavaso, which is Dan's distributor in the US, just to see if there's any option to have any repair work done on this, even though I kind of wanted a new pack. And they offered me a discount, maybe because of some warranty issues, I don't know, but it was very generous, and I just bought a new pack. So the only issues I've had with this pack are on the Arizona Trail, and again, I treat this stuff pretty rough. I'm dropping it on the ground, I'm leaning against it all the time, and it's pretty rough country where I was hiking all winter. And the stays started working their way through the Ultra 200 down here at the bottom, and I just gorilla taped it, and I really had no problem. They hadn't come through yet, and I just stopped that abrasive action there, and that's really the only problem I had with this until on the Colorado Trail, which again could have been my fault, but that had an issue right here at this hip belt. I'll just tell you what the improvements are on this pack. So you can tell the color here is a darker color. That right there is Ultra 400, and the stays come down and go more into the hip belt material down here to hopefully stop this kind of a problem happening in the future packs. The other thing is on this one, the front pocket here, which makes no difference to me, but all I keep in this pocket is my wallet. Basically a baggie full of my credit cards and cash. But they put a nylon material in there, which was Ultra 200 at one time. And the stay is, I think in here, in the old one, it's 8mm. They thinned it out to 7. And probably for just weight, but I mean, you would have to really get in there and take it out and measure it to feel much difference. So they put a few more ties on this one at the bottom. So, and they put ties here in the middle of this mesh. And you know, the bottom ties, I have no use for them, but I put this on. I like this stretch cord. It just kind of keeps my pocket flat, keeps my gear more secure in here. So I just X'd it, and I used all these tie outs on here to do that. And then I can pull it around and keep my water bottles locked in here with this water bottle holder that actually came on my old pack, which was a ULA circuit. And then I bring it around here so it hooks into my tent and holds my tent in place. And on this one, I never took Durston's ties off, but now that I have this new pack, I just took them right off because I never used them. And when I'd reach down to get these to hook my tent, sometimes I'd grab that one that didn't stretch, and I just didn't need it on there, so I took it off. So some people like to hang a lot of stuff off their pack, so I guess that's what this would be for, these new ties down here, but I have no need for that. The strap pockets are still the same. In my case, you know, I've got hydration clips here and one under this water bottle carrier. That's where my umbrella clips for hand-free walking with my umbrella. And I really haven't even, you know, when I have my umbrella on, then this pocket kind of becomes useless because I have to get under there with my umbrella rod. But I don't really use this pocket for too much, but this is the perfect pocket for bear spray. So if I'm in grizzly country, Yellowstone, the Bob, Glacier, Western Canada, even into Washington now, but I have never carried bear spray in Washington. I guess they do have a bear or two there, but anyway, this is the perfect place for it. And I've always carried my bear spray in my water pocket here, but then I have to do something with one of my bottles, and it's right there to quick draw. But this is almost like a chest holster that they sell for bear spray. It's right there, easy to get to. This pocket I use for my phone, and I found a GoPro on the trail, and I'm repairing it now. It has some issues. Fell off somebody, and I may clip that here if I decide to carry it. I don't know. I don't know much about a GoPro. When I get it repaired and if I can get it to work, I'll see what kind of quality coverage I get from it, but I'm real happy with my phone. So if you want to see all the bells and whistles of this pack, probably the best one to watch is Dan's himself, and there are others out there, but as of the day I'm shooting this video, I couldn't really find a video on what Cavaso brought out to my attention that had been improved with this pack. Again, Ultra 400 here. The stays are positioned different. The stays actually a little bit narrower, and then this front pocket with the nylon in there. So one of the biggest questions people I think have asked me on comments is, does this pack sweat on your back? And yeah, and I've said before, not any more than any of my other packs. Some people have complained about that, and I don't find that as an issue. And like I say, I'm getting real close to 3,000 miles on these packs. I've been hiking the North Country Trail since I've been home, in different sections, and I find this to be a very comfortable, lightweight pack, well made, well sewn. Again, if you want to hear all the benefits of this pack and how it's made, there's lots of videos out there and Dan's that'll explain it all to you. I'm not going to get into all that today. So this pack does everything I want it to do, carries everything I want to carry. It's quality built. It's priced right. The Ultra 200 has turned out to be a really tough material. I mean, this pack has been used Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, in cactus country, where everything rips and tears at you, and there's no fraying of this material at all. It's very water resistant. This mesh is like brand new. I would think that would have gotten torn or ripped or shredded or something, but nothing. So again, I've already gone over the issues I've had with this thing. Durston has corrected a lot of those with manufacturing upgrades. So if you're considering a pack and you want a lightweight, tough pack, this is something to consider. Keep smiling.